Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Engineer Salim Saifullah Sahab, the President of SOPRIST, the board members of SOPRIST, our Honorable Rector, the Pro-Rectors, Deans and faculty members, and last but not the least, the alumni of the last 30 years of this great institute. Assalamu alaikum. First of all, I would like to thank the organizing committee for putting together such a good show today and making this reunion possible. I would like you all to please give a big hand to this organizing committee today. The minute we step into this great institute, we go through a whirlwind of these emotions of happiness, of sadness, of achievement. And by far, it feels like you're back at home. The sense of belonging that we have the minute that we come into this institute is because this is our home. And it continues to be a home for hundreds and thousands of other students who are yet here and studying and going through this in line with the vision of our forefathers who have founded this great institute and given us the opportunity to take benefit from the world-class teaching facilities and faculties that we have over here and which have been established and are second to none in Pakistan. Given the volatile nature of our country, the politics and our economic condition, this is no small feat. And having an institute of this caliber set up over here, in Toby, in Swabi, in KPK. And it's a great privilege for the people over here to come to this institute to learn and grow and excel in life. I've stood tall on the platform which GIKIAA had provided me when I was here about 20 years ago in 2004 when I started my journey with GIKIAA. And life took me to different institutes across the world, at the University of London, at the Lincoln's Inn and BPP, and then Harvard Business School, MIT. I did CFA Part 1, worked with the US State Department International Leadership Program, the Royal Academy of Engineering in the University of Cambridge, worked as an honorary expert with NEPRA for 3 years, in Senate committees and parliamentary committees, and throughout this journey, I was able to take benefit and stand tall on the shoulders of our faculty and admin and leadership of this institute, which helped us throughout. But more than that, GIKIAA is a name which was not only recognized in all of these institutes, across the world, in all these offices where I worked, but it was held to be synonymous with excellence, with competence, with people who had an intellectual ability of solving problems. And this could not have been possible without the dedication and hard work of each and every one of you. So I would like you all to please give a big hand to yourselves for building this immaculate reputation that you have across the world, across the continents, wherever you go. And that is, again, one of the biggest achievements of this institute. Now, starting with the presentation, I'll just go through it briefly. I've been told that we don't have too much time for it, but there are certain facts and figures which I would like to touch upon. So, this presentation is divided into 8 parts. It's the history and background. The history and background, the organizational structure, the financial assistance program, initiatives for the last 3 years, the global outreach events, our collaborations, and at last, the opportunities for growth. The GIKI Alumni Association was established in 2003. And as you can see from the slide, from its modest beginnings, by raising a few just 100,000, going up to about 2 million in 2009, you see a significant change from 2016 onwards, where we started raising more funds, had more organized structures in place, and slowly but surely the funds started to rise, and also the scholarships that we were providing, they started to increase. So from all the way in the start with a web portal launch, 3 or 4 students being helped in the first 5 years, coming down to our final year project, sponsorships, first US-based alumni reunion in 2013, the 20th anniversary, and then the 30th year anniversary coming up in 2021. What you see through all of this is that when you have stability in an organization and there is transition between the leaderships in a smooth and seamless way, things start to gel together. And today we are very proud, and I'm very thankful to my EC for all the hard work that they've done, that over the last 3 years we've been able to raise 115 million rupees and helped about 150 scholarships, given 150 scholarships. We have in our EC 5 members, our Vice President Finance and Admin, Ms. Rabia Firdaus from batch 11, myself, Zainul Hassan, Vice President Student Affairs from batch 2, and Amna Shahid, our Vice President Global, and then Mr. Ali Shaukat, our Vice President, Marketing. I am deeply thankful to each and every one of them for their hard work and dedication. And Syed Safyan Ali, our Alumni Relations Officer, who has just recently joined us. The Executive Committee provides leadership to this august body and helps it in its interactions with these batches, from batch 1 to batch 30, from these various and different groups that we have, our think tanks, our general body, our dealings with the Institute, with SOPREST, and this is what the EC is there for. So every 3 years we have an election from which we get leadership, which then drives the body forward for the next term. This is the structure that we have, the President, Executive Council, our regional coordinators, and then our chapter chairs. These are the 3 main bodies which are interacting with each other, GIKI Alumni Association, with the Institute, and SOPREST. So in this slide, we have just outlined the different various channels of communications that we have, starting with our EC, coming to the general body, supporting committees, think tank, and all the other different organizations which are linked within the Alumni Association. Coming to our financial assistance program, in the first year that I took office, we had a target of 30 million, and we were able to achieve 32 million, giving support to 58 students. In the second year, we set a target of 35 million, and we were able to achieve almost about 42.4 million, giving support to 52 students and also setting the first endowment seat. In the third year, we had a target of 40 million, and despite our challenges this year, given the fact that people were giving funds to Gaza, to some areas, across the world where they felt that their sadaqah or zakat could have been better utilized, and rightly so. We faced certain challenges in raising funds this year, but in spite of that, we have been able to achieve 40.6 million, slightly surpassing our target. So for all 3 years, we have been able to move past that. And also set up our second endowment seat by 10 million, helping 40 students. This is the batch-wise breakdown of batch seats which are sponsored by 11. So we have 11, these batch seats which are running at the moment. In total, we got about 18.9 million from them. The remaining 22 million has come from anonymous donors across the batches, people who didn't want themselves to be named. So from this 40.6 million, we have already disbursed 25.6 million. The remaining 10 million is going to go for the second endowment seat, and 5 million is for special causes. Out of those 40, 34 are male, and 6 female students have been given scholarships this year. initiatives between 2022 and 25 for the last years, the last 3 years. So we've had 40 plus park launch events. We've been raising funds, which I've already addressed. We've also helped the Institute sign MOUs with NEPRA, with Dowd Foundation. Collaboration with Jazz Cash has also been established to better help us raise funds and disperse them. So these are some of the activities. We've also increased our outreach by having more regional coordinators and chapter chairs. Moving forward, one of the other challenges that we faced in these 3 years, and this was more like a transitionary period across the world, post-COVID, we were all facing challenges in how to start work again, how to move forward, how do we, and then with FATF in Pakistan, with all the other rules and regulations changing, so we in a way had to then transform this alumni association and give it a new foundation on which it could excel. So the ICT regulations of Pakistan, Islamabad, we had to do a re-registration, which was filed. We went for then PCP certification, and we also today will be setting up an office campus of the Alumni Association, which I'm going to come to, and 2 alumni relation officers are going to be hired, one at the campus and one in Islamabad. So these are some of the activities that we had to do. And sir, I would like to thank you, Salim Saifullah Saab, sir, I would like to thank you from the bottom of my heart for the support that you have given us throughout these 3 years. It would not have been possible to have this office set up on campus without your support and vision for this. Thank you so much. From the very first meeting that I had in Soprist, and I shared our concerns from the Alumni Association about having an office on the campus and maybe another staff member and some budget, I would like to share with you all that right from the word go, I had the utmost support from the Honorable President of Soprist and his guidance and encouragement to move forward on all of these aspects. Sir, once again, thank you so much to you and the admin and the Board of Governors, to each and every one of you for making this possible. Thank you. So GIKI Alumni Associations stands certified for 3 years by the PCP, which is another milestone in the history of our great Alumni Association. It gives us an access to sources of funding which we were unable to tap in the past, sources which we could not access, or corporations that we could not go to because we didn't have the certification. So we now qualify for a lot of CSR initiatives across Pakistan in these multinationals where we did not have a chance to apply for funding in the past. We've also applied with FPR for tax exemption. It was very important that we get the PCP certification before we go for the FPR tax exemption, which we now have, and our lawyers are already working on it, and hopefully, inshallah, over the next 2 to 3 months, we should have our tax exemptions as well. And we also focused on a lot of financial transparency during these 3 years. Mr. President, we tried that we should have the utmost audits and checks at every step, because that is how we can maintain the trust of our alumni and make sure that the funds are utilized in the best possible manner that we can. So these checks we have imposed on ourselves, and I would also like to thank our recently inducted Vice President for Finance, Ms. Rabia Firdaus, for the strict actions that she's taken over the last few months in keeping a check on all of us, in making sure that everything is according to the book. Endowment seats. So we also had the honor of starting the first endowment seat in the name of Sayyid Akbar Ali from Batch 1, and his brother Haris Ali, his family, they contributed 10 million to us last year to set up this seat in his name. And Sir Sayyid Akbar Ali Saab was a brilliant individual, a gold medalist from GIK, and one of the first to get access to the Ivy League schools in the US. And what I've been told by his peers that even today, his friends and batchmates continue to lead some of the top organizations in California on the West Coast. And Kareem, the rival of Uber, was founded by one of his students or one of his prodigies. And they continue to give him so much respect and love that it's absolutely fascinating to see such individuals coming out of this institute. And even 25 years after his passing, we are still talking about him. We're still talking about him. We're still cherishing all the hard work and things that he's done, which is a testament to his personality and who he was. And this year, his friends have again contacted me. I would like to, just mention one of his friends, Aurangzeb Mahmood from Batch 1, who contacted me, and he said that this year we would like to set up another seat for him in his name by the name of Friends of Akbar Ali. And they've already started contributing, and they've given almost about $25,000 already. And the remaining $11,000 is also going to come, and we'll be setting up the second endowment seat by the name of the Friends of Sayyid Akbar Ali. So global outreach, these are some of the companies in which our alumni is working, and you can see that almost all the top multinationals across the world include alumni from this great institute. In the past, we didn't have much access on social media, on LinkedIn and Facebook, but over the last 3 years, we've been almost able to double our outreach. So now we have a list of almost about 6,000. When we took over, we were almost about 3,500 or 3,000. Today we have a LinkedIn, access of 5,400 plus. For Facebook, it's around 5,000 plus. For our global and regional coordinator, it's gone up to about 52. Our chapter chair 65. In the past, this was around 30 and maybe 28. And our batch points of contacts have also gone up to about 83. And we have these multiple WhatsApp groups which are working, and so it's difficult to keep track of them. There's so many WhatsApp groups of this great, alumni that sometimes it even gets difficult for me to track what's going on which page, and I try to follow my team's guidance on that, or where I am needed to say something or not to say something. So it's become a very vibrant social media, platform, and our Vice President Ali Shaukat has done a lot of hard work in that. Thank you, Ali. Social media engagement, we're on all of these, different channels, Slack and LinkedIn, Facebook, X, and Instagram, and WhatsApp, and Gmail, and whatnot. So as I shared with you, we have now increased our global, coordinators and chapter chairs. One of the things that we did is that we send out mass emails to all of the list of alumni that we had, because we were trying to increase our footprint, see whether we can add more regional coordinators and chapters. And through that, we were able to get more volunteers to join into the organization. And this was one of the challenges that we faced in the past of not having enough volunteers to run the organization. So we decided that instead of relying on our own resources, let's send out emails to everyone and see who is willing to come and join us. And we were just pleasantly surprised that we got over 200 responses. And people were willing to contribute, join the organization, take up these roles. And so now we have a healthy mix of coordinators and chapter chairs. Just to give you some visuals, this is the signing ceremony of our collaboration or MOU with Jazz Cash. We were trying to start fundraising on the same terms and conditions as Shaukat Khanam and some of the others with such institutes, where we can take their support, send out messages to the public, take some funding from them, and utilize that in GIK. This is our collaboration with NEPRA, which we were able to facilitate. The business group meeting, which took place last year. with Amir Ehsan Saab sitting in the audience today. Thank you so much for joining us that day. Junaid Kaleem, our previous president, and some of the other members from various batches. This was our oath-taking ceremony of 2024. For the last 3 years, we have been engaged in that. These are some of the highlights of 2024. Debate on energy policy. Mr. President, thank you for taking out the time in England and joining our chapter in London for dinner over there. I would also like to thank the team over there, headed by Ali Hassan Butt, who's a very vibrant member of our chapter over there, for organizing that dinner, along with Ms. Amna, who's our Vice President Global. And our alumni iftar inside Islamabad. I would like to thank all the people who were responsible in making that possible. Thank you, thank you. And these were some of the get-togethers, the EC meetings that we had. Again, the get-togethers in Saudi, in Jeddah, in Riyadh, in Dubai, in Frankfurt, in Helsinki, Finland, again in Saudi, in Dallas, Texas, in Oslo, in UK, again in Jeddah, Al Khubar KSA, in London, the first endowment seat, fund seat cap, then again some pictures from the MOUs, the graduation batch or taking, the career fair of 2023, alumni reunion of 2022, collaboration. So we have collaborations with some international organizations and some local ones as well. CDRS is one of the organizations which is headed by one of our, alumni in Pakistan, and he's doing an excellent work, and we also collaborate with them for community support. And iCare Foundation, which is a 501c, gives us support in getting funds from the US to Pakistan, and it helps us in getting tax exemptions because they have the status over there of a 501c. People who contribute their money through the 501c can also get the double worth. They can also get tax benefits, and the benefit is that if their company is registered with that 501c, they also will double or match that funding. So that's an added benefit that we get through the iCare. Alumni support, there are some batches which have been helping staff from different hostels. International collaboration that we have with different organizations, NGOs, community services. We're also trying to help staff and people who have worked in GIK. We tried to set up a merchandise store that hasn't picked up as much as we would have liked to, but we took that initiative so that we can have other sources of revenue as well. Our growth opportunities. So one of the feedback that I keep getting from our alumni is that the cost of education at GIKI or the fees is too high. And I keep telling them that for a quality institute to work in Pakistan, there will be a certain cost to bear, and the fees will have to be high. But now we've set up an IT center, Mr. President, with your efforts, with the efforts of the Board of Governors, the administration. There is an IT center which has been set up inside Islamabad, and we are all looking towards collaboration with ORIC for the startups at GIKI. For the alumni engagement, there is a need for us to support and encourage fresh leadership to come up. We need to allow the younger batches, fresh faces to come up, take up roles of responsibility in this. In March of next year, 2025, we're going to have our elections, and I would actually encourage all batches to take part in it. It will be a free and fair election. Anyone who wishes to come and lead this organization, take it forward, add value to it, will have our utmost support. We also need to look at other ways and means of raising funds, of trying to work in methods which may not have been prevalent in the past. And this organization needs to be made more inclusive. We need to have more advancement. I would also like to thank our Vice President Student Affairs for running the financial program for the last 8 years and for all of his efforts, but now he's taking this initiative along with our Vice President Finance for modernizing this. And as an engineering institute, I believe that we should have the most automated, advanced online, platforms for scholarships and fundraising and all of that. And in the past, we've been using Excel sheets and Google Forms, but hopefully, inshallah, our Vice President Student Affairs is taking this initiative of modernizing the structure with the support of our Vice President Finance and Admin. At the end, I would like to thank Allah for giving me the opportunity to serve our alma mater for the last 30 years, to have this privilege of getting to know all of these batches from batch 1 all the way to batch 30. And I would also like to thank each and every one of you for putting your trust in us, for giving us the support, encouragement through your donations, your sadaqah, your zakat. All of this could not have been possible if we did not have your support. So thank you so much once again for giving us this opportunity to serve you. Thank you. I would like to call upon stage my EC members to come and join me here and just say a few words if they would like to. First of all, I would like to call upon stage the Vice President Finance and Admin, Ms. Rabia Firdaus. The Vice President Student Affairs, Mr. Zainul Hassan. Our Vice President for Marketing, Mr. Ali Shaukat. Please.
Do you have a mic?
Yes. You can just speak here if you would like to.
Thank you so much. Can you hear me? Yeah, one of the perks of being a short person that you have to be on your toes.
Please bring
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Habil. Thank you so much, Zain. Thank you so much, Ali. Thank you all. Thank you all for giving me this opportunity. And I've only joined the EC, I think, 3 months ago or 4 months. And the first thing I did was I read the Constitution. The second thing I did was went through the books. And I was amazed. We have so much opportunity, we have so much potential, and I think we can take it way more forward, way more structured, way more organized, way more audited. And it's 40 million this year. I think the next EC can take it to 60 million easily, inshallah ta'ala. However, the whole foundation is based on sadaqah and zakat. And that needs to change a little bit. And that's where the PCP registration, which is an awesome woohoo moment, which I think Habil just said it very humbly, but that's a huge thing. I kid you not. Because of that PCP registration, we will get the tax exemption certificate. So yeah, if any one of you have gone through your tax returns recently, you know what I'm talking about. So with that, I think I'll give the mic to Zain, and he can tell you all more about the student affairs. I've learned so much from Zain about the scholarship process, and hopefully with your advice and your ideas, we would like to automate them and make them more robust in the future. Thank you so much.
Hello everyone. It's an honor for me to be here, and whatever alumni have done, it could not be possible without you people. It's just with the support of you people that we have achieved what we have achieved in so much time. I've been with the alumni for the past in the executive committee for around 10 years. I've joined in 2013. And I can say that without your donations and with the support of all the individuals, it is not possible. And it's a continued effort, and all of us should come and take our part to make sure that we can play our part in the betterment of the society and how we can contribute back to the GIKIA Institute. So I'm looking forward to all of you to come and join hands with us so we can support as many students as possible. So that's all from my side. Thank you. And now I would like Ali Shaukat to please come and say a few words. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Another area where we need more support from the alumni. If you have open positions, you are welcome to share on our LinkedIn and Facebook pages. Our current students are active member of these groups, and we are encouraging them to join these groups. So I would request everyone, all of you, to share the job opportunities, internship opportunities, and collaborate more with GIK students. Thank you very much, sir.
Once again, thank you so much to all of you for your patience and giving us an opportunity to speak to you and address this August gathering. Thank you, Ali Shaukat, for joining us. Although it's been a short time, but he's done some wonderful work. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, sir. It's duly noted and well and truly appreciated. Ladies and gentlemen, now it is time for the Shield presentation. I would like to invite the president of the GIK Alumni Association to please come on stage and present the shields to the director of GIK Institute, the president of SOPREST, whereas the shield to the ED SOPREST, Mr. Shakil Durrani, is going to be presented to him in Islamabad. Thank you very much. That's right. Also, I'd like to invite Madam Ismat Khattak, member of the Board of Commerce. Now, I would like to request the president of SOPREST, as well as the rector of Ghulam Mirza Khan University, to present the shield to the executive body of the Alumni Association. I'm calling them now. First of all, the guard barrister engineer Habil Ahmed Khan, president Alumni Association, followed by Mrs. Rabia Firdaus, the VP Finance and Admin. After that, we got Zainul Hassan, the VP Student Affairs. And last but not least, the great eccentric Ali Shaukat, the VP Marketing. We now present Engineer Habil Ahmed Khan. Next up, Rabia Firdaus, VP Finance and Admin. Next up, we got Zainul Hassan, the VP Student Affairs. And last but not the least, His Charming Majesty, Mr. Ali Shaukat, VP Marketing. Thank you.